Okay, everyone, different kind of Conklin and Company today, spending the half hour with the president of Michigan International Speedway, Roger Curtis, 1 week out from Thunder in the Hills, a big weekend coming up, culminating with the Quicken Loans 400, 1 week from today. And Roger, we went to break and I said, ordained minister too. You've actually married someone on the track?
Yes.
After a race?
You know, I'll give you a little bit of the backstory. We're in the entertainment business. We don't produce anything. We don't have an assembly line. We make memories. Our vision statement is to create lasting memories for every person, every time. So we do some pretty crazy stuff because we think if people are going to choose, they don't have to. They're choosing to come to MIS and to our
their
events.
money, right?
Their money, their time. Yeah. We want to have fun with them. So I'm on Twitter. I love being on there. Got a lot of followers. I follow a lot of people. Lady says, "Can my fiance and I get married on race weekend?" I said, "Sure." Then she says, "Would you like to do it?" And I said, "Wow, that's different. We could make the Victory Lane. We can do something in Victory Lane." So yeah, I went online. I think it's a San Diego ministry of something, and I filled out the form, and I got the little card, and I'm officially ordained.
You're officially an ordained minister. So you officiate.
Yeah.
One wedding last summer. Was it last summer?
Yeah, last year. It was a beautiful couple, and it obviously.
How'd you do, by the way?
I think I did okay.
Yeah, right?
They were happy, and another couple has asked me to do one.
So happy now. You're going to do it again.
I'm going to do one more. I don't want to do a lot because I know this sounds crazy because we're doing weddings at a racetrack, but I want it to be somewhat serious. And that's what was great. The couple said, you know, you took it serious. Obviously, we're having fun, or we wouldn't be getting married at a racetrack, but. And their vows were very cute about pit stops and for all kinds. When there's wrecks in the marriage, we'll stay together, all that kind of stuff.
Better, worse.
But you know what? They had a huge turnout. We had fun, and their lifelong ticket holders are coming back again this year, so it's going to be great.
Wow, that is pretty amazing unto itself. And you mentioned their season ticket holders. Your father-in-law is season ticket holder.
Not anymore.
Not anymore?
No, he found out where to get free tickets now.
So there's a long love affair
very much so.
with the Speedway. But now you mentioned community earlier, and I mentioned school board members. So you decide to run for school board. You're from Terre Haute, Indiana. You put down roots in, what year was it, 2007?
2006 came
in the Irish Hills.
Yep.
Now you're on the school board. So where do you find the time to do it all? Father of three? Right?
Yeah.
Husband, father of three. Where do you find the time?
I don't know. I don't know. It's great, though. There's never a dull moment because I'm very passionate about what's going on in education now, not just with my three kids, but just this area in our country in general. So
many funding issues, Roger, and you know about funding, running a business, but you know, how do you solve that mess that is school funding? I mean,
have me back next week.
Yeah,
and
we'll do
the
entire show.
We could We could do a series.
Do a number of shows. But you deal with that every week or month in a board meeting in the Onstead Public Schools. You deal with that. So, board member. Let's get back to racing if we can. And you mentioned the testing, and that goes into all the aspects of not only race cars, but driving our cars out here on Dorr Street in Toledo and what have you. But Generation 6 cars, for the novice out there who's just coming to NASCAR perhaps today, what's the Generation 6 car that we'll see later?
It's a brand new car that has significant brand identity. It looks like the showroom cars for Chevy, Ford, and Toyota, which is really what this sport was built on. That you had these great driver personalities. You had these cars that were very identifiable as a car that you could literally go to the showroom, see it win on Sunday, buy on Monday. And our sport kind of got away from that. They got away from the brand identity, not just of the car, but also of the drivers. Because if you think about it, going back through the history of NASCAR, I like to think of it as the first reality TV show. I mean, the reason that NASCAR became so popular and still is the personalities. There were heroes, there were villains, there was a winner, 42 were voted off the island at the end of each race, you know, whatever. And we had just as many people that watched or bought tickets that would come out to boo the villain, their villain, as many to cheer for their hero. And that was a great dynamic. There was always some personality that you could relate to.
You still have that today, don't you?
We're getting back there. I think our sport really started to take the fans for granted. And probably myself included for a few years. And, you know, we could do no wrong. The sport was just going exponentially.
Well, how long ago was the heyday?
I would I would say early 2000. Okay. Early 2000. And my perspective changed dramatically when I came to a racetrack where I actually used to buy tickets. And I could look at the seats where I used to sit, and I say, you know, we've got to change this dynamic. We've got to change the way. So the bottom line driving what we do for our fans, let's do all that we can for the fans to drive the bottom line. And so we flip-flopped the model. Let's take care of the fans first. The money will take care of itself. And we're a publicly traded company. So we have to be cognizant of that. We're not a 501c3. We have to answer to shareholders. But you can provide a great customer experience, and that will drive your revenues. And if you develop this really transparent, credible, authentic, passionate relationship with your customer, in this case our guest, and you create those lasting memories, they will come back. And we're not perfect, and we never will be. But we've developed a relationship with our fans. They know we care. They can communicate with me directly anytime they want, and many other on our staff.
I did see that. I mean, you're very interactive with your fans. That is a big part of it. Do you think that it's more so this way at MAS than other tracks around the country?
Oh, yeah.
You know, not to throw some barbs. I'm just saying. I mean, it just appears to be very fan-friendly to me.
I think we still, at some other tracks, I'm not taking a shot at all of them. Some of them are becoming very, very good. We maybe started a little bit earlier for two reasons. One, out of necessity, because we were ahead of the curve on the recession in this area, as you know. But two, I was probably one of the first track presidents that was a fan first and then had the business acumen. We have a lot of people who became presidents. They were business people first, and they maybe didn't become race fans later. And so the fact that I used to buy tickets and I used to camp and I used to do these things, I could relate. Our whole team can relate, and we're able to respond a little bit quicker maybe, and certainly a little bit more enthusiastically for them.
I'm going to throw this name out, and I'll be very curious to see your reaction. Bill Veeck. And
I've had that thrown at me before.
You have. You have.
Yeah.
I mean, without the disco demolition. Right? Right?
But that was a crowning moment. I mean,
your thoughts on perhaps comparisons between you as the innovator, this guy who will he'll look outside of the box. Pardon that overused cliche, but to get people to come to his sporting event, to his place of business. Compliment?
Well, yes and no. Because there are some track promoters out there that are, and I'm not saying Bill Veeck was, but they will do some very Barnum and Bailey type stuff.
Correct, yes.
I think we do, look, I dressed up as Elvis last year. I married a couple. We paint school buses for our fans. So
you play cornhole,
I play cornhole dressed as Elvis with some fans. So you're right. We're not beyond doing crazy stuff. And I love that. But I also, when it comes to the show itself and the races itself, I don't want to do gimmicky stuff. And I sometimes feel like there's some track promoters out there that try to make the core product look somewhat gimmicky. And I would rather the experience with the fans be realistic. And you know, dressing up like Elvis, that actually is pretty, they know I'm genuinely out having fun with them when I actually should be working. But that is my job.
Yeah.
That's my job now.
Yeah. Connecting with people, really a unique personality, an amazing 24 minutes spent with Roger Curtis. Been all over the map, but I appreciate you making the drive down here. Best of luck. 1 week from today, the Quicken Loans 400. Before that, it is it's a lot of names in the Truck Parts Series.
Yes, the Alliance Truck Parts 250.
Right, that's on Saturday. The ARCA Series runs on Friday, correct? Yeah. And there's some of the information. So check it out. We've got a special for you. Thunder in the Hills, Joseph's Beverage Center, Thunder in the Hills, 7 to 8 o'clock, right here on 13 ABC. Dave Holmes, your host, and we hope that you'll join us for that. Roger Curtis, thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
It has been a pleasure. Best of luck with the race later this afternoon.
I appreciate it.
A week from today.
Yeah.
Take care, everybody. See you.
Daniel.